Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Sunday evening. It's time for the weekly. So I'm doing my recording. And I'm actually talking about the information from the post this morning. And when I talk about the post, the recordings are on the YouTube channel under author Sharon Price. And then I have a Facebook and an Instagram channel as well, or I should say account under author Sharon Price. And I put up daily posts, daily quotes, daily affirmations. And then on the YouTube channel, I also do a weekly video. I do affirmations during the week, and then I do some special short videos. So it's a mixture of all. So if you're subscribing or you're part of one, please click subscribe and like all of the different ones and follow them because there's different information coming from each area. And sometimes I do put clips from the YouTube over on the Facebook channel, but some of them are not on there. So that way you don't miss any of the material if you're someone that's following me. And remember, I have an electronic newsletter that goes out. It's a free newsletter that has actually special information in it as well, quotes, affirmations, messages, but it also is a publication that puts out live events and any specials that we have coming up. So we have subscribers that we've had with us for years. If you make sure that you're on that list from our website at www.authorsharonprice.com or www.getintothespirit.org, you'll be able to find that. So let's get started. Happiness comes from within, and it's really hard for people to grasp that concept because all through life, people have been expecting us to make them happy in some way. And when we don't perform the way someone wants us to, they become unhappy. But really, that's not about us. We're not able to do or keep other people happy. It's our responsibility for each of us to keep ourselves happy. And we do that by changing our perception. Just because something is going on from outside of you doesn't mean that your happiness or your joy has to change. And it is how we're looking at a situation. And the more we look at what we do have and the gratitude for what we have, other things start to appear. Other things start to show up. And it's really about being thankful and being grateful. The more you're grateful, the more you're thankful for the things you already have or what's going right in your life, what's positive. I know there's some people out there who go, well, you just don't know my life. There's nothing positive about it. If you're listening to this video, then there's something extremely positive about it. It means that you're alive. It means that you have eyesight. If you're watching, you have hearing. If you're listening, um, some of you, I know, again, people can use all kinds of different things every time I say something to be an excuse for why they're unhappy. It's because someone else lives next door and they make too much noise. And I'm too close to my neighbors, or I don't like my job, or I don't like that. Those are all sources of events or circumstances within your life. But everything about something isn't 100% negative, at least not the majority of the time. So when you start being able to look within yourself, find your own joy and happiness, not perform for other people to make them happy, and not have expectations of other people, and be able to look at something good, something positive about some part of you, your life. It's really about seeing yourself for who you really are. It doesn't matter what you do or what you get up to do every day for a living at this point. It doesn't matter, what car you're driving or where you're living. What matters is that you are living. And how are you living? It's not about the material things. It's not about the other people. Joy and happiness can come from people that have less than a lot of other people. I'm not talking about materialistic things. I'm talking about the joy and the happiness within you just to, be part of life, to enjoy the things that money doesn't buy. It's a state of being. And other people, you acquire that. Um, not from having things, but for having a peace within you because you're comfortable with who you are, that you're able to see the blessings that are around you, even if it is the things about you, from being able to walk, talk, see, you know, make choices, decisions on your own, and without allowing yourself to be influenced by other people. So it does boil down to our perception. It's how you're able to look at it. It's really about trusting too, trusting yourself, trusting your decisions, trusting God, trusting spirit to lead you. And sometimes we want something so bad that we take a different path or a different road because we lose patience and we force things to happen instead of letting them unfold naturally. And what does that mean? It means that you purposely go out of your way. Let me give an example. Say you want to meet somebody, and you ran into someone the other day at 7-Eleven, and you saw them, you said hello, it was a greeting. And then every day from that point forward, instead of living your life, you weren't in the 7-Eleven because you go there every morning for your coffee. You just happen to be there. But you either go out of your way or you stop there every day, even though it wasn't part of your routine, just hoping you'll be able to do it. That's forcing something. If something's meant to be, if it's supposed to happen, it will again, I promise you. If it's fated, if it's supposed to be part of your journey, and people think that, they're too late, I'm too old, it's not going to happen. It's when we stress about something, it's when we try to force something. And there is a divine timing. Let me use a house for an example. If you're trying to sell your home and you then are going to then find a home based on selling yours, a lot of people go out and find a home they want. Theirs hasn't sold yet. Someone else comes along, boots them out of the contract, and they're upset because they knew that that was the home they're supposed to be in. That was their dream home. Look, years ago when I was younger and I was eager to be where I am now to raise my family, I went out and did the same thing. I looked at homes before mine sold, and by the time mine sold, there was a pool of about 20 homes, and mine sold Christmas Eve. What a blessing, right? But a lot of people had taken their house off the market because they did not want it selling at the holiday. And one home that I had looked at was available and nothing else. None of the other homes and everybody had pretty much pulled everything out the market in the range of price range I was looking for and the type of home. Then I ended up in a place that became one of the best homes ever. It created a friendship that I've now had for many, many years with one of my very, very close friends. My children created a life with people that they still have friendships with today. You didn't hear me say it was about the money or the material things or anything about that. It only happened because the house sold when it did, and that's what happened. So sometimes it's the path. We're staying on the path. If I had had more choices, maybe I would have gone a different way. And sometimes we go around where we're supposed to be going because we take detours, and we're impatient. What if I had contracted a house and promised something and I didn't have the money to pay for it because I hadn't sold mine? And then what kind of snowball effect would that have created? It would not have been smooth. But it went smooth. It was miraculous. There were realtors that had houses up around me for sale, and I sold that house myself. And not only sell it myself, but I only had it a short period of time, and it allowed me to go to the next step. So sometimes where you are, whether that's at a job or a home or wherever that is, or some area when you want to move, maybe it's not no, maybe it's just not now. And that's trusting God, trusting self. But how can you trust that? How can you know that that's going to happen for you? Because you've got to get quiet. You've got to hear the voice. You've got to hear the whispers. Um, it's funny because I put something up the other day, but I also put it on my board. I actually printed it. I wish I had put it up here tonight. And it said, you know, the ego said this is impossible. Um, you know, are you kidding? Are you really going to do that? And at the end, it's like the heart whispered, you know, yes, like, yes, it's going to happen. And I'm not saying it exactly the way it was, but that was the gist of it. If you get quiet, you can listen to your heart. It's not all the other people that you ask questions of or people that are expecting things of you. It's about getting quiet and listening and being still and taking time to practice doing that. That's prayer, that's meditation, that's taking a walk, that's closing your eyes and taking out all of the stimulants that are around you during that time and just breathing, asking the question and then waiting for the answer. Look, I did my Rainbow Therapy Healing Circle Friday night, and I take that group through a guided meditation, and every one of them was actually able to get an answer to a question they all had, which was pressing on them. And why? Because they got still, and because they visualized the situation they were in, and they were able to know where they wanted to go. And that's all part of the creation, but it's not anything that's outside of you. It's being able to learn to trust and be quiet and get rid of the doubt, quiet the mind, quiet the ego that keeps saying, don't follow your heart. I've been saying it from the very beginning when this year started. I've been saying it forever, but you've heard so many times, don't follow that voice, don't follow your heart. That's silly. Maybe to someone else, but they're not living your life and they don't have the same dreams and desires that you do. But whatever that is, don't force it to happen. Allow it to happen. Anticipate it coming to you. And it will. It really will. When you stop being concerned, because I don't like to use the word worry, I don't use it, I take it out of my vocabulary. When you stop sitting there fretting and worrying about something that's not happened yet, and just go about your day and do your typical routine within that typical routine. And I'm not saying don't go outside of your box. I'm not saying don't try new things. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, but go about your day, even if it is trying something new that day, but don't purposely do it expecting to meet the love of your life. Or, I'm going to go look at houses and today my house is going to sell because I found the one I really wanted. I know what's going to happen. And you try to force everything to happen. Those are just examples of so many things I could talk about this evening. But what I hope you do is find the joy within yourself. Find the reasons why your life brings you happiness. Find the things about yourself that you enjoy and find reasons to always be kind, compassionate, and caring towards yourself. And find a way to listen to your heart, to your soul. And when I say your heart, I'm talking the heart of your soul, not the heart that beats in your chest. And I'm going to keep saying that the heart of your soul. So there's so many different ways to participate in the things that we do. I love what I do. I do healing circles out in the community. I do, presentations. I do a lot of free videos and posts. I mean, they're enormous how many I do on a weekly, daily, weekly, and monthly basis, just to reach people, just to help them change their way of thinking, so that they can live a happier and healthier life. I mean, that's my mission, is to help people find that place within them so that they can listen to it, so that they can find joy and love and happiness. And that's unconditional love about themselves, and build that awesome relationship where you become your own best friend. And then you have lots of friends and lots of opportunities and lots of doors that open because you have become your own best friend. And what do you do with a best friend? You trust them, right? And you go to them and you ask for their advice and you listen and you have that deep trust. That's what you need to do for yourself. And you love them in a way that you don't love other things and other people sometimes. And I always say, your best friend, your very best friend, um, you know, other than the one, first of all, connecting yourself, your very best friend with yourself, your connection with spirit and God, is your best friend, your partner, or whoever you share your life with. That's the love of your life. And then you have close friends, and then you have acquaintances, and then you have people that have neighbors or maybe don't know, but pass, you know, occasional, people that you see. There's different categories of things, and all of those things can steer you off course if you allow them to. But it's your job to keep yourself on course. It's your job to know um, that you're worthy and that you deserve the great things in life, and that, everything that you've ever wanted isn't just a dream. It can be your reality, but it takes you taking action. But most of those actions are towards changing the way you look at things. You don't have to go out and force things to happen. But when you're happy and you're positive and you're joyful for just what you have right now and grateful, it raises your vibration. It helps you see things in a different way. It helps you shake a lot of conditioning that happened over the years. And that's what my 12-week program is about. That's what the Spirit program is about. It's a 12-week program that helps you find yourself and this transformation, and hidden behind all the hurts and pains and walls and loss of boundaries, loss of trust, and so many things, and people and yourself. But it's so much more than that. It's a wellness program that takes you through, every aspect of wellness. So please check it out on the website at www.getintothespirit.org. And I'm going to go to my next screen because I want to talk about this tonight before we end this session. I'm so passionate about this. This is my 20-year anniversary. The Spirit Expo is a 1 day. It's on Sunday, April 21st, 2024. The registration starts at 9, the event's from 10 to 5. And it's jumpstarting you to your future, into this transformation that I've been talking about. The book that I use is on my site. It's called Your Toolbox for Life, but in that toolbox is 10 books and 10 lessons that you go through as you go through the 12-week program. And it is amazing. You can do this by yourself. Most people do much better if they come into the group and do it as a group setting. You can do it one-on-one, but I prefer to do it in group settings. There will be a class that's starting right after the expo. It is here in Maryland, Frederick, Maryland. You can participate by hybrid. The event is offered that way. You can come in person and you can secure your seat overnight. This is not going to be the seats, or the rooms, not seats. The rooms are not going to be available past the 20th. They're filling up. So if you want an overnight room, you need to sign up now. There is also a very special package that's going to be given to one participant that is in person. And that's $1,000 package full of, amazing programs and services and therapies, starting with the 12-week program that you'll go through, a 6-week healing program. And you get to get the Spirit reunion. And there's one other special thing, but I'm going to wait till everyone's there and tell them at the end what that is during the expo itself. But right now, only up until March the 20th, you have less than 2 weeks. If you sign up, you can come and bring a friend, a buddy, someone that, your spouse, your partner, whoever it is, to enjoy this day with you, 2 for 1. It includes lunch. It includes the whole day, 2 tickets for $99, but only until March 20th. If you are an overnight guest, each guest gets their own room. If you bring a friend, they would get their own room. There's $20 off each ticket because it is included, the ticket price with the cost of the room, which is and I keep saying room because it's not a hotel, it's a retreat center. And it's beautiful and it's surrounded by mountains, and so's the venue where we're going to be, where there's, big, huge windows, and they're going to be open and the mountains are going to be surrounding us that day. And everyone that stays overnight will actually have the opportunity to do something special at sunrise. I will be there to do that. If you're a day, you have a ticket reserved for the day, you will still get there for registration at 9. It starts at 10, but not part of that. We're going to take a labyrinth walk that morning at sunrise. So I hope you can participate. Please share it with others. Please share it with your friends. Please tell them about it, because this is going to be an amazing experience. And it's one you're not going to want to miss. I promise it's going to be one of the best. It's going to include new material from my book that's coming out called Retrain Your Brain. And that, whether that's going to be ready for the event or not, I don't know as it approaches. It may or may not, but definitely will be the material that I use during the event that day. So many blessings to you. Hope you have a fabulous week. Look for my short videos this week. Look for my affirmation videos. Look for my affirmation posts. Look for the positive posts that keep you inspired, hopefully. That's why I do this, hoping that I inspire people to move forward with their life. There's some people that I may meet that I may only see once and never see them again. If I made an impact on your life, then it's a blessing for me and for you. So I hope you have, again, a fabulous week, and I'll be talking with you soon. Thank you again.